it's her first pet. Oh, thank you.
Test 1, 2, 3. Testing, talking for Jagmeet Singh. 1, 2, 3. Sound good?
Okay, here we go, Shaggy. You gotta stand up with me. So he's taking care of the worm. Don't worry. He's got it.
You're going, Jack. All right. Thank you. A big thank you to the team that's here and our incredible candidates. We just had a conversation about housing, something that is very at a crisis stage across Canada. Something that we're seeing is an issue that comes up everywhere across Canada, and particularly amongst young folks that can't ever imagine owning a place that's kind of a no longer even a dream. They can't even imagine renting a place that's affordable. And so hearing the stories of the folks that we spoke to today really drove home how hard it is for people to find housing and how difficult it is and how worried they are and how afraid they are, because if they have housing, they're worried about losing it and they're worried about being able to find something they can afford in the future. So it's a real fear, and we want to change that. Donc, on a parlé avec plusieurs personnes aujourd'hui qui ont touché l'enjeu de logement abordable. C'est vraiment un enjeu, c'est dans une situation de crise de maintenant. Plusieurs personnes ont peur de perdre leur logement à cause de le coût de logement, et on veut changer ça. Ça, c'est pourquoi on a proposé de bâtir 500 000 nouveaux logements abordables, de faire face à la spéculation qui augmente le prix des maisons, et aussi pour faire face au blanchiment d'argent qui aussi augmente le coût des maisons. So that's why today, when we talked about these problems, there are some real solutions. For the past 30 years, the federal government hasn't invested in housing, hasn't played a major role in building new affordable, non-market, cooperative housing. That's why it's incredible to be here at the Molehill housing neighborhood, an example of what we need to build more of. Something that we need to expand, and something that the Liberal and Conservative governments have neglected for the past 30 years. We're going to change that. We're going to build 500,000 new affordable homes. We're going to make it easier for people to buy their first home. We're going to make sure that people have an affordable rental option that's a real safe, quality place to live. We can do that. It's a matter of choices, and we're prepared to make those choices. Thank you, and I'm ready for your questions. We're not totally ready. Now I'm ready. Morning.
On housing, you mentioned that you have committed to building 500,000 units, half of those within the first 5 years.
That's right.
Given, I mean, there's been analysis done on the federal level in federal departments about how long it takes to scale up actual housing projects. And, you know, the timelines that you're suggesting don't really seem that realistic. So how do you respond to that?
We need to be ambitious. We are in a crisis, and when we're in a crisis, we can't respond with half measures. And what Mr. Trudeau and the Liberals have done is say a lot of nice words and not really follow through. We've not seen a bold commitment. In fact, their housing announcement is 19% less funding per GDP than the Harper Conservatives. So they're not taking this seriously. And what I'm committing to doing is this, that we need to act boldly. It is an ambitious target. It is an ambitious goal, but we need to set ambitious goals if we want to do something to solve the problems that people are facing.
Okay, I'm going to double barrel this because I only
Sure.
have one more question, but
Yeah.
I would like to know what data you have to back up your housing projections, and also on rental subsidies. Increasing the rental subsidy often will just mean that housing costs get driven up. So how will you prevent that?
So we've got a solution that includes a host of measures when it comes to tackling the housing crisis. We know that it's one thing, we've got to build affordable units for people. We also need to tackle some of the root causes. So we've got a plan to tackle speculation by putting in place a 15% foreign buyers tax to drive down the pressures that are driving up the cost of housing. We've seen it work here in BC, and we want to build on that and have a national foreign buyers tax. The second thing we want to do is tackle money laundering, which is driving up the cost of housing. There's evidence here in BC where money laundering has increased housing and the cost of housing by at least 5%. So those are some of the root causes we want to tackle. We know that we've got to build massively. We're going to put up the money. We're going to partner with cities, municipalities, NGOs, cooperatives, and build housing. We've got to do that. But for families that are struggling right now, they need a little extra help. The rental subsidy is a way to help those families out that are just on the edge. They need a little extra help. And we're proposing a rental subsidy of up to $5,000 for those families that are just on the edge, those couples or those individuals that are just on the edge, need a little extra help to stay in their home. We can help them with the rental subsidy.
Hi, Mr. Singh, Janice Dixon, Globe and Mail. Our paper reported yesterday that Warren Kinsella and his consulting firm worked on a secret campaign to seek and destroy the People's Party and prevented Maxime Bernier from attending the debates. And a source with direct knowledge of this told my colleagues that the Conservative Party was the client. So I'm just wondering if you have any concerns about this, if you think it was appropriate.
So with respect to having the plan to subvert another party paid for by another party, that seems all very troubling. I think Canadians would be troubled by that. Those are things I think the Conservative government's or the Conservative Party is gonna have to respond to why they did that, what they were thinking when they did this. I've made it clear that I don't believe that someone like Mr. Bernier should have a platform to spread hateful messages, because I think his messages were wrong. And so I made that comment very clear. But at the end of the day, people should be able to discuss and express their opinions as long as they're not hateful and divisive, and be able to have the forum to do that. Je pense que ce qui a été soulevé par votre journal, c'est troublant. Et ce qu'on a appris, c'est troublant. En fait, j'ai dit que M. Bernier n'aurait pas dû avoir la plateforme d'exprimer des idées haineuses et divisives. Mais en fait, dans notre système de politique en général, il faut avoir l'espace d'exprimer les idées, quand même les idées différentes. C'est important.
Okay, and I understand that in 2014 you were prevented from being able to get a visa to travel to India. I'm curious if you've been able to obtain a visa since then.
I haven't applied since. At the time when it was reported, I was told it was because of my human rights stance on the rights of women, the subjugation of minority communities, and my criticism of the treatment of minority communities. And I was asked to no longer have those opinions. And I said I'm going to always speak up about human rights, and that's why the reason I was given.
Mr. Singh, Kevin Gallagher, CTV National News. I just want to follow up. So this morning, Andrew Scheer was asked repeatedly about whether he hired Mr. Kinsella to put out this misinformation campaign about the PPC. What does it say to you that Mr. Scheer seemed unwilling to answer whether there was this connection? What should Canadians take away from it?
Well, Canadians should expect transparency from leaders. They should be able to answer those type of questions. If there's evidence that suggests he was involved in the hiring of someone for a certain task, he should be able to answer those questions. And I think Canadians expect that from their leaders and are right to do so. Je pense que l'expectation que les chefs peuvent répondre aux questions de ceux qu'ils ont engagé de faire un travail, est-ce qu'ils l'ont fait et c'était quoi le bout? C'est des questions appropriées et les Canadiens et Canadiennes pensent que les chefs doivent répondre à ces questions.
And I just want to also follow up on Janice's question about the issue with visa free.
Sure.
For you, what would happen if you became prime minister? Would that be a concern for you that you couldn't travel to have an official visit at a G20 country?
Oh no, not at all. I'm sure that any country that participates in those type of forums would want to have participation by all members, and I'm happy to continue to build dialogues with all countries. I think it's important for us to have a dialogue and a conversation and a relationship with India, an important world economy that we've got to be communicating with and having open dialogue with, and I'd be encouraging that with countries around the world, including India, and it would be something that I know it wouldn't be a problem to be able to do.
Bonjour, M. Singh, François Cormier, TVA.
Oui.
Vous avez fait plusieurs annonces au cours de la campagne électorale qui vont jouer dans les champs de compétences des provinces. Vous savez à quel point les Québécois sont chatouillés sur ces annonces-là. Jusqu'à quel point vous avez prévu des mesures d'opting-out pour les provinces qui ne voudront pas avoir des programmes, des programmes tels que vous voulez les faire?
Donc, c'est toujours un défi, mais un important défi pour les gouvernements fédéraux de travailler avec les provinces. C'est un important enjeu, c'est un important travail. Il faut le faire. Beaucoup des services qui existent maintenant sont des services qu'on a à mettre en œuvre à cause du fait qu'on a travaillé ensemble. Donc, notre soin de santé, c'était quelque chose qu'on a travaillé ensemble pour établir. Donc, on a proposé quelques mesures qui sont des mesures spécifiques fédérales qui vont aider les provinces. Donc, notre propos pour un soin dentaire national, c'est un programme national comme la science emploi. Donc, c'est quelque chose qu'on peut livrer et aider beaucoup de monde qui n'ont pas accès aux soins dentaires. Mais pour la science médicaments universelle et publique, ça, c'est quelque chose qu'il faut travailler avec les provinces. Mais je pense qu'ensemble, on peut, comme tous les experts ont dit, on peut livrer un programme, un service qui est meilleur, qui va sauver l'argent pour les provinces. Ça va être toujours la compétence provinciale pour la livraison des médicaments, mais si on utilise la puissance de tous les pays, on peut en fait réduire les coûts. Ça va réduire les coûts pour toutes les provinces, ça va sauver l'argent pour les familles, pour les provinces, aussi pour les entreprises aussi. Donc, c'est une situation gagnante.
Donc, pas d'opting out, pas parce que les provinces vont vous dire donnez-nous l'argent puis on va faire ce qu'on veut avec l'argent. Pas d'opting out.
Donc, on a dit, si je comprends votre question, on a dit que pour tous les programmes, le Québec a le droit de dire non avec la rémunération complète. Mais on sait que pour ces programmes, pour ce service, pour qu'il fonctionne, il faut avoir toute la puissance ensemble. Et c'est quelque chose que, aussi au Québec, on sait, il y a un programme qui existe qui est avant-gardiste, mais ça coûte trop cher parce que c'est hybride. C'est un système public-privé. Et si on peut avoir un système public entièrement public, ça va avoir un grand bénéfice pour les Québécois et Québécoises. Ça va aider aussi les entreprises pour réduire le coût pour les assurances médicaments privées pour chaque employeur. Donc, on peut vraiment aider du monde avec ce programme.
Alex Ballingall with the Toronto Star. Just NDP leader in Alberta, Rachel Notley, sort of gave you like a backhanded compliment yesterday. she's going to actually vote for the federal NDP, but she still is glad that you probably won't have the power to implement your agenda, like canceling Trans Mountain. I wonder what your reaction to that is.
I got to say, Premier Notley showed Canadians and showed Albertans what you get with a new Democratic government. She fought fearlessly for healthcare, for education, for university students, for farm workers. She fought for people and made people's lives better. And now we're learning, and what Premier Notley, or now Ms. Notley has said, is that with Mr. Kenney, Premier Kenney, he's putting out a whole bunch of massive cuts that are going to hurt education and hurt healthcare. And so we know what you get with conservatives and what you get with New Democrats. I'm thankful for the support, but I don't take anyone's vote for granted. I know the people of Alberta need supports. They're in a really difficult time, and I want to ensure that people in Alberta know I don't want to see any worker left behind. We've got a real plan to make sure workers have a real future with an economy that's diversified and that's long-lasting, that creates good jobs for them.
I know you haven't been to Alberta during this campaign, and I believe you haven't been to Newfoundland either. Have you given up campaigning in regions that don't jive with your climate agenda?
Not at all. I was in Newfoundland and in Alberta before the election, just before the election began, and I was honored to have great support there. Lots of folks in those provinces want to see universal pharmacare, want to see investments in housing, care deeply about our national dental care program. It's going to make their lives better. And we know that New Democrats help out people across this country. So no matter where you live, if I haven't been able to get there, I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it out to your province. But I can tell you this, New Democrats are going to fight for you. If you elect more New Democrats, unlike Conservatives, they're going to cut services. And unlike Mr. Trudeau, who likes to say nice words but doesn't deliver on them, New Democrats will fight for you for all the things that you need in your life to make your life better.
Thanks for taking the question. News. Looks like we'll see both the Conservative and Liberal leaders down here tomorrow as well. Looks like a bit of a battleground on the last day. Still seats up for grabs in Lower Mainland here?
Yes, we are very confident of our campaign and what it's done in Lower Mainland. Here in BC in general, we see a lot of excitement because people are seeing that we're solving the solutions that they're facing. We're talking about real solutions that are going to make people's lives better. We talked about housing today. Housing is one of the biggest concerns in the Lower Mainland, one of the biggest concerns for people across Canada. And we're the only ones that are proposing real concrete solutions to tackling the root cause, speculation and money laundering, and real commitments to build more affordable housing that's going to make people's lives better. We know that people care about healthcare here in the Lower Mainland and across Canada, and our commitments for universal pharmacare and a national dental care program are going to make people's lives better. And we know that people in BC are going to see in us champions that are going to fight for them.
We are seeing polling out there that suggests there are some voters out there that are going to vote strategically to prevent either a Liberal or a Conservative government. Does that pose a challenge for your party as you look for as many seats as you can get?
Yeah, I want people to know that they shouldn't feel trapped. They should not feel like they have to settle for less, that they have to choose between Liberals or Conservatives. You don't have to choose between someone who let you down and failed to deliver on real action, and you don't have to choose certainly someone who's going to cut the services that you need. There is another choice. You can elect New Democrats. If you elect enough of us, we will form the next government. But either way, I want Canadians to win. To me, it's not about me winning, it's about Canadians winning. If you elect enough New Democrats, we will fight for all the priorities that we've laid out that's going to make people's lives better. We know it's going to make their lives better, so I'm asking for their trust and their support. Don't vote out of fear, vote for hope.
Bonjour, Monsieur Singh, Christian Noël de Radio-Canada.
Bonjour.
J'aimerais vous ramener à la question de Monsieur Kinsella, Monsieur Scheer, les
Sure.
conservateurs qui l'auraient embauché. Et Monsieur Scheer, ce matin, il refuse de répondre à la question. Est-ce que ça, c'est quelqu'un qui refuse de répondre à une question comme ça, c'est quelqu'un qui est l'étoffe d'un Premier ministre et avec lequel vous seriez capable de travailler?
Non et non.
Mais encore.
En fait, je pense que c'était une question d'un engagement avec des preuves qui montrent que quelqu'un a été impliqué dans des choses troublantes. Et M. Scheer, si elle a engagé quelqu'un de faire ces choses, et a besoin de répondre aux questions. Donc, vous allez continuer de faire votre travail, je sais, mais c'est important. Et deuxièmement, la question de travail ensemble. J'ai dit s'il y a seulement un parti avec lequel que je ne peux pas travailler, c'est les conservateurs. À cause de les manques de valeurs. C'est clair qu'ils vont couper les services dont les familles, dont les gens, donc les travailleurs et travailleuses ont besoin. Donc c'est clair, à cause de ça, on ne peut pas travailler ensemble. Ils ne croient pas qu'on a vraiment une crise climatique. Ils n'ont pas le courage de faire face à cette crise. Et aussi avec ces propos par rapport aux choix des femmes, le droit des femmes d'avoir la liberté des femmes de choix, la question de la communauté LGBTQ, tous ces enjeux qui touchent les valeurs qui ne sont pas rassemblées à nous. Donc, c'est pour ces raisons que j'ai dit que je ne peux pas et je ne veux pas travailler avec les conservateurs.
Donc, vous ne voulez pas travailler avec M. Scheer parce que, notamment, il utilise des tactiques que vous n'aimez pas, notamment parce qu'il ne dit pas toujours la vérité. M. Trudeau non plus ne dit pas toujours la vérité, mais vous êtes quand même prêt à travailler avec lui.
Donc, c'est une question de valeurs. Monsieur Scheer a clairement dit qu'il va couper les services et il est contre.
Au niveau des principes, il y a des gens qui, sur la campagne, disent des demi-vérités. Vous n'êtes pas prêt à travailler avec M. Scheer parce qu'il dit des demi-vérités. M. Trudeau dit des demi-vérités, mais ça, c'est pas grave.
Non, pour moi, ce n'est pas une question de demi-vérité, c'est une question de vérité. Monsieur Scheer était clair avec ses propos. Elle a dit qu'il est contre les choix des femmes, le droit d'avoir un avortement. Mais ce n'est pas une demi-vérité, elle était claire. Et c'est à cause de ça que je n'appuie pas quelqu'un comme ça. Il a été clair aussi qu'il n'appuie pas les communautés LGBTQ. Ce n'est pas une demi-vérité, c'est une clarité. Il a été clair et il a dit ça. Et en fait, avec les coupures des services, il a été clair aussi. Il va couper les services. Dans son plateforme qui a été annoncée il y a quelques journées, c'était clair. Dans cette plateforme, il va couper des services. Il a dit le mot que tous les conservateurs utilisent tout le temps. Il va trouver des efficacités. Ça veut dire qu'il va couper les services. Donc, il n'a pas menti. Il a montré ce qu'il va faire. Et c'est à cause de ça que je ne peux pas travailler avec les conservateurs. Yeah, so for me, it's a question of values, and the Conservatives have made it really clear that they have no alignment with me on important things. They've made it clear, Mr. Scheer's made it clear with his actual words that he doesn't support a woman's right to choose. He's personally against it, is what he said. And to me, that's not a value that I can support in any way. I believe we unequivocally have to protect a person's right to choose. That is something that's fundamental. I believe in making sure that we invest in services, and he's made it clear with his platform that he wants to cut services. Mr. Trudeau is very problematic. he is not going to do what he says. And that's why I'm asking people to elect more New Democrats. If you've got more New Democrats in place, we will actually deliver on the services the Canadians need. We will deliver on what people need. I've only ruled out working with one party, and that's the Conservatives. But if you elect enough New Democrats, we can get all these things done. We can invest in housing and healthcare and everything that families need. En fait, j'ai seulement dit que je ne peux pas travailler avec un parti à cause du manque de valeurs. Avec les autres, si on élit plusieurs néo-démocrates, on peut mettre en œuvre les programmes que les gens ont besoin.
Hi, Mr. Singh, Hannah
Hi.
CBC National News. Hi. I would like to ask you, we are 2 days of campaigning left. What specifically do you have to do? I notice your voice is getting a little hoarse.
Just need some water, basically. But
See?
that's awesome. I'll be good now. It's going to be great. Give me one sec here. But you can talk, though.
Oh, okay. I was just like, give me a second. What do you have to do in the next couple of days? Like, talk about like your agenda, how fast you have to get that message out to get people on your side.
We're going to continue doing what we've been doing. We know that people are seeing in us real champions. They're seeing in us fighters for them. And I want people to know that's what you get with New Democrats. So New Democrats can beat Conservatives. Keep that in mind as well. In ridings across this country, New Democrats beat Conservatives. Also want folks to know the more New Democrats you elect, you will get the things that you want. We are not in it for the rich and powerful. That's one of the big differences. The Conservatives and the Liberals have shown again and again that they work for the powerful, they work for the big corporations, they work for the pharmaceuticals, the big polluters. We don't work for them. We work for people. And so everything we say, we're going to deliver because we deliver it for people. We're going to make sure we invest in healthcare and deliver universal pharmacare. We're going to make sure we deliver a national dental care program that's going to help out millions of Canadians. 4.3 million Canadians at least will get dental services that weren't able to get it before with our plan. We know that we need housing. And one of our guests earlier today, Alex, said it's as simple as just building affordable housing. We're going to do that. There's been 30 years where we haven't. We're going to do it. If you need something, if you need action on climate crisis, which we know young people are desperate for action, New Democrats are going to cancel all subsidies to the fossil fuel sector. New Democrats are going to make your life better. Vote for us, and you'll have a brighter future.
You went into this campaign a much smaller team than the other teams. It's kind of like the little train that could. And going in, let's be fair, we were saying you could potentially lose official party status at the beginning of this. Coming out, do you think that little train that could is going to be able to maintain the 44 seats that you went in?
I think we've captured the imagination of the country because we've asked Canadians to dream bigger. We say you deserve better. And we've rejected the notion that Canadians should settle for less. And we believe in people. We believe that they deserve great things in their life. They deserve to live a bright life. I see a young person and I see them, sometimes their eyes filled with fear, and I want to replace that with hope. And I believe they deserve better. And I'm fighting for them, and I'm fighting for them with everything I've got. And my team is fighting for them because we know that they deserve so much more. And we can deliver it. That's the positive thing on all this. We got here because of choices that were made by Conservatives and Liberals. We can get out of here with choices that are made by New Democrats for people. So let's do this. That was a pretty cool ending, though, I thought. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to repeat it in French. Yeah. Donc, ce qu'on a vu avec dans cette élection, cette campagne était une campagne où on a parlé d'espoir. Et les autres partis ont lutté entre eux, on débattre qui est le pire. On a parlé de qui est le meilleur pour le pays. Et ça, c'est quelque chose que je pense qui est inspirant. Et si on veut mettre en œuvre les programmes pour changer la direction de ce pays, pour améliorer la qualité de vie, c'est nous, les néo-démocrates. Le choix progressiste dans cette élection, c'est nous, les néo-démocrates. On veut réaliser un rêve que tout le monde a de réussir dans leur vie. C'est nous, les néo-démocrates, qui peuvent réaliser ce rêve. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, team. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Jagmeet, I know this is like a handshake thing, but
Thank you.
no.
Beautiful.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, my name is Rena. I'm just an average citizen.
Yeah.
Trans rights are basically in like the infancy here in Canada.